The A70 is good enough to justify its mid-range price tag, and soon you will know why. The Galaxy A70 is actually similar to the Galaxy A50 and follows the same 3D glass-stick design language, where the glass-stick stands for glass-like plastic. With a 6.7-inch Infinity UE screen on the front, the phone is not the most compact option available in the market, but it is still surprisingly manageable. The polycarbonate body with all the curves in the right places makes the phone feel sleek and relatively light in the hands. On the rear, the Galaxy A70 stacks a 32MP with 1.7 aperture primary sensor, 8MP wide-angle shooter and a 5MP depth sensor. As for the selfies, the Galaxy A70 uses the same 32MP sensor on the front as well. There's Scene Optimizer, Live Focus Portrait Mode, Flow Detection and many more options on the phone. Samsung has included 240fps slow-mos at 1080p, which should be fun to play around. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 SoC is currently placed into Galaxy A70. Samsung has paired 2GHz octa-core chipset with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. There is a dedicated microSD card slot that can hold additional 512GB storage. It can handle demanding games, offers great battery life, has super fast charging and the full version of Samsung Pay that lets you go card free. Honor 20 smartphone was launched in June 2019. The phone comes with a 6.26-inch LCD touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. It is powered by octa-core high-silicon Kirin 980 processor. It comes with 6GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Honor 20 on the rear packs quad camera setup consisting of a 48MP main shooter and a 16MP ultra-wide lens and another 2MP dedicated macro camera along with a 2MP depth sensor. There is a 32MP camera on the front for selfies. This device is based on Android 9.0 Pie and packs 128GB of inbuilt storage. It is powered by a 3750mAh battery with 22.5W fast battery charging support. It was launched in midnight black, sapphire blue, Icelandic white and phantom blue colors. The Redmi K20 Pro comes with a 6.39-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED screen of 2340 by 1080p resolution. It has an aspect ratio of 19.5:9 and 91% screen-to-body ratio. The display also houses an in-screen fingerprint sensor. Powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor with Adreno 640 GPU, the Redmi K20 Pro also comes with Game Turbo 2.0, which is also said to optimize the handset for better gaming experience. On the imaging front, the Redmi K20 Pro has a triple rear camera setup that includes a 48MP Sony IMX586 camera with a 1.75 aperture, and an 8MP telephoto sensor with 2.4 aperture and a 13MP wide-angle sensor with 2.5 aperture. For selfie lovers, there is a 20MP sensor housed in a pop-up setup with a wide-angle mode. The front camera is claimed to pop out in 0.8 seconds. Overall, it's not a bad phone at all. Motorola One Zoom was launched in September 2019. The phone comes with a 6.39-inch Super AMOLED touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. It is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 11nm processor. It comes with 4GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Motorola One Zoom on the rear packs quad camera setup consisting of a 48MP main shooter and a 8MP telephoto lens and another 16MP ultra-wide lens along with a 5MP depth sensor. There is a 25MP camera on the front for selfies. This device is based on Android 9.0 Pie and packs 128GB of inbuilt storage that can be expanded via microSD card up to 512GB. It is powered by a 4000mAh battery with 15W fast charging support. It was launched in electric grey, cosmic purple and brushed bronze colors. Samsung A50s smartphone was launched in September 2019. The phone comes with a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED touchscreen display with an aspect ratio of 19.5:9. It is powered by Exynos 9610 processor. It comes with 6GB of RAM. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Samsung A50s on the rear packs a triple camera setup consisting of a 48MP main shooter and 8MP ultra-wide lens along with a 5MP depth sensor. There is a 32MP camera on the front for selfies. This device is based on Android 9.0 Pie and packs 128 GB of inbuilt storage that can be expanded via microSD card up to 1 TB. It is powered by a 4000 mAh battery with 15-watt fast battery charging support,